MG.
I'm here.
How's it going?
It was going good till you were here. Then it got even better.
Well, that's nice to hear. And the car is ready, we're ready. Let's start off with this review. Almost exactly 1 year ago is when MG began its journey in the Indian market. They introduced customers to the Hector, which impressed people with its imposing looks, generous dimensions, a long list of features, 3 engine options, and most importantly, a whole lot of space. So much space that we wondered, is there room for more? And that is exactly what MG has gone ahead and done. They've introduced something called the Hector Plus, which you see right behind me. The Hector Plus comes with, most crucially, a third row of seats, and it also gets a revised exterior, changes to the front end, rear end, and changes to the interior, plus some additional features. We have the car with us today and we're going to take a closer look at it for you. MG presented the Hector Plus at the 2020 Auto Expo back in February, which showcased changes that have been made to the exterior as compared to the 5-seat Hector. Up front, the nose gets a chrome delete of sorts and has been restyled with a new grille, reprofiled LED DRLs with more intricate detailing, and a revised headlamp cluster which features LED units and neatly integrated LED turn indicators. In profile, it remains unchanged and the 17-inch alloys have been carried over as well. Towards the rear, there is a new bumper along with revised, more sophisticated LED detailing for the tail lamps. Also new is the starry sky blue shade you see on our test car. These changes are specific to the Hector Plus and do enough to differentiate it from the 5-seat Hector. The front seats greet you with a familiar dashboard layout, but unlike the regular Hector's all-black treatment, the Hector Plus gets tan, or in MG's words, sepia brown leather treatment that also drapes the seats within the cabin. The steering wheel, instrument panel, switch gears remain unchanged, while the biggest in class 10.4-inch touchscreen now sports a darker theme and a new CHIT-CHAT feature that you saw at the beginning of this video. So we've already shown you changes that have been made to the exterior and the interior, but let's come on to the main talking point, one of which is the seating configuration. The MG Hector Plus comes with the option of 2 individual captain seats, which makes it a car which is very well suited to a chauffeur-driven experience. I mean, it already always had a lot of space and now it just improves upon that strength with the addition of an individual seat. So I get a very generous seat squab with ample thigh support. There's plenty of knee room. The driver's seat is adjusted to my height, which is 5'8" for reference. And as you can see, there is plenty of knee room for me, plenty of space for me to stretch out my legs. And I get an individual armrest which I can pull up and down. I can move the seat forward and backward, and I can also recline it as per my liking. So all that is really good. As always, you get the rear AIRCON vents, you get a charging socket as well, and a space for storage here, and you can adjust the fan speed and everything. This is still a single zone climate control, so you don't get your individual temperature settings, but like I said, how it improves upon the Hector is with this seating configuration. You can of course have a bench, but for me, if you're someone who wants to hand the car over to your chauffeur and would want to sit in the rear seat most of the time, then this 6-seat configuration makes a lot of sense for you because you get these really comfortable individual captain seats. Now I'm sure most of you want to know what the third row of the Hector Plus is like, because that is of course the main talking point about the car. So let me quickly get inside and show you how much space there is. So I finally managed to get myself into the last row of the Hector Plus, and as expected, it's not a particularly spacious or a comfortable place to be. First impressions, it seems fine for children, but fully grown adults, even someone like me who's not particularly tall, like I said, I'm 5'8" for reference, it's a bit of a squeeze. You've seen me talking about the second row, and that seating position I'm afraid I've had to change. I've had to push the front seat a little more forward to make enough knee room for myself, and even now it's just about it. Although even the person sitting in the second row will be comfortable with the knee room available to them, but yeah, space is a bit of a crunch, but again, for short journeys, for shorter individuals or for children, it is perfectly alright. You get a couple of features here. I get cup holders, I also get a charging socket, USB charging socket, and I get AIRCON vents, which is a nice touch. Plus, in general, like I said, the feeling of space inside the Hector has always been its strong point, and it's sort of the same here. You get a fairly decent quarter glass, so you don't feel claustrophobic by any measure. But yeah, not something that you would want to spend a lot of time in or spend time in as an adult, but for small children, for teenagers, it's perfectly alright. That said, cheaper MPVs like the Maruti Suzuki Ertiga or XL6 and Mahindra Marazzo and the pricier Toyota Innova offer more spacious third row seats. But compared to an SUV like the XUV 500, space and comfort are more or less similar. While we mentioned that there will be a 7-seat option as well, that is expected to arrive later. For now, the Hector Plus will be available only as a 6-seater. Another new feature MG has added is the smart swipe operation to open the trunk, which comes in handy especially when you walk up to the car with your hands full. A swipe of your foot pops the trunk open and another one can get it to close as well. Speaking of the trunk, the addition of extra seats has reduced boot space to 530 litres with the third row folded flat. The 5-seat Hector, for reference, has a capacity of 587 litres. The Hector Plus shares engine and transmission options with the Hector, as you can see on your screens. When it comes to performance, ride and handling and related aspects, the Hector Plus is identical to the 5-seat version. In case of the petrol variants with the 1.5-litre turbo unit, it gathers speed at a rather leisurely pace, offering decent performance at city speeds or for cruising along on the highway. Refinement levels are rather impressive too. The one with the 6-speed automatic, which has been quite popular with Hector buyers, is effortless to drive in the city, but aggressiveness with the throttle is something that it does not like and is a bit slow to react most of the times. If it's better performance and fuel efficiency you're after, then the diesel variant is what you should pick. But it still does not come with an automatic transmission, which is a bit of a downer. Ride and handling characteristics of the Hector Plus 2 are identical to the Hector, with the focus clearly being on comfort, making for good low-speed ride quality. At higher speeds though, there is plenty of body movement and it just doesn't like to be driven enthusiastically. But in our opinion, that is alright, considering the target audience will largely be very happy with the cushy ride quality. Prices start from 13.49 lakhs ex-showroom for the entry-level petrol manual variant, while the petrol automatic variant we got our hands on is priced at 18.21 lakhs again ex-showroom. Hector Plus diesel is priced between 14.44 lakhs and 18.54 lakhs ex-showroom. Compared to the Hector Plus costs around 65,000 more. It should be noted, however, that these prices will go up by 50,000 August 13 onwards. In terms of pricing, the Hector Plus slots in between MPVs like the Ertiga or XL6 and Marazzo and the Innova Krista, and it is roughly in the same price bracket as the XUV 500. One of its main competitors, which will be the Tata Gravitas, is expected to arrive later this year. Now we know the main talking point of the Hector Plus is the third row, which, like you saw, isn't anything to write home about but doesn't exactly disappoint in case you do decide to squeeze 2 people into it. In our opinion though, aside from the extra seats, the Hector Plus comes across as a very sensible choice for those who prefer being chauffeured around most of the time thanks to generous space within the cabin and the large and rather comfortable captain seats. So well, that was our review of the Hector Plus. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and for more automotive content, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure you press that bell icon so that you never miss a video from AutoToday. Now it's time for us to take your leave and say goodbye to the car. Hello MG.
I'm here.
Bye bye MG.
Okay, I'll let you go.